Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel, The Mother Speaks Tarot. My name is Allison. My channel is new, so please subscribe and hit the bell button. Also like, comment, share. All of that would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. For those of you who are already my subscribers, for everybody who's watching, all my viewers, welcome. I love you all. I'm also an author. I'm writing an action-adventure love story on superhero twin flames. It's called Perception, the Two Yet One, books 1 and 2. Right down there in the description box, you can find links to purchase my books from Amazon. You can find links to view trailers that I created for each of them. And I'm reading book 1 aloud to my Facebook friends and followers. You can find links for those and the playlist for that as well. I've read up to chapter 10. You can find a couple of links to lives that I did on Facebook a few years back about my story. You can find a link to my authors page and my personal wall. And you can find a link to my friend April's new astrology channel. She just did this awesome reading on the full blue moon that we just had. And if you would like a personal reading, I'm now offering those. If you would like to book one, the information to contact me is below. This is a timeless reading. If you're attracted to it, I figure that that's when it's right for you. I read major arcana cards as messages about your divine blueprint, which is the plan that you made before you incarnated here to learn certain lessons to raise the vibration of your soul. And I view minor arcana as messages about your free will as a being. Cards that are upside down don't usually have reversed meanings. They just mean that the energy of the card itself is not fully manifested. I read the positions a little differently than other readers, so I'll explain as I go. Right here at the heart of everything for you right now, Leo, you've got the Empress in reverse. The Empress represents the feminine, the sacred feminine. There's feminine and masculine energies in everyone. And right now, your feminine energies are not fully manifested. You may be feeling, well, first of all, the feminine energies are things like fertility, love, beauty, nurturing, the moon. You see that she's got the waxing and waning moons here. She's everything feminine, everything like, did I say nurturing? Definitely abundance and the fertility of your life, being gentle, being kind, and beauty and stuff. She's ruled by Venus. So this could be a person in your life that isn't quite manifested into your life, or this could be your energies, your feminine energies, feeling a little bit off. But because this is represented by the major arcana card, the Empress, this is telling you that these energies were upright at some point, and them not being quite manifested right now is a large part of your divine blueprint. Now, what's interesting, well, it's all interesting to me actually, but the energies that are directly affecting the upside down Empress here, you've got the Princess of Discs, which is like the minor, not the minor arcana Empress, because the minor arcana Empress card is the Nine of Discs, but this princess is very similar. She represents fertility. She represents conception, pregnancy, the beginning of a new project type deal, because she holds the Ace of Discs in her hand. You'll see she's pregnant. She's very sweet. She's very kind. Generous person. She's stable. Their earth energy is, people say down to earth for a reason. They're reliable, stable people. And so this energy of this princess is this type of energy. So you may be thinking about, you may not be pregnant right now, but you're trying to be. You may, the fertility of your life right now may be a little bit off, but you're working on it. Okay? Um, you don't have a new project in your life right now, but you're starting to have one. See what I mean? And so here at the root of it all is you haven't been completely happy. This is cup energy. Forgot to mention earth energy is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy. This is happiness. The Nine of Cups. That's where, you feel like celebrating. This is really feel good energy, of course. It's happiness, but your happiness isn't complete. So that makes sense when your feminine energies are a little bit off. And especially if you are not pregnant and you want to be. Okay? Especially if you don't have a certain new beginning or a kind of fertility or abundance in your life, but you want it. You're trying to manifest it. And because she's there, I have a positive feeling for you. Now, this is the energy that's moving out of your life at this time, and this is abundance. I mean, this Empress is abundance. That is the word that is used most of the time for the Empress. And this is the card for abundance. But this is also the card for things like marriage, emotional celebrations, like baby showers, marriages, anniversaries. Okay? Sometimes it represents things like third-party situations in love, but I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like this is an unmanifested celebration in regards to this abundance and fertility that is lacking in your life. This is a marriage unmanifested. This is a baby shower unmanifested. This is a grand opening unmanifested. You see what I mean? And it is currently moving out of your life at this time. Now, we started out with a whole heck of a lot of feminine energy here. And now we're moving on to these masculines. These are future cards. They're both right side up. Okay, so if they had been upside down, I would say they were a possibility because they're future cards, but they're both right side up. So this one's going to happen first. This one's going to happen later. Okay, here we go. This used to be the one that would happen first, and this one would be the one that happened afterwards, but they've been switching themselves up. This is spirit going, oh, you have to use your intuition more, Allison. You have to exercise that more. And I'm like, okay. So this is, okay, first of all knights are bringers of change. This knight has a Gemini energy to him. This guy kind of lacks the ability to focus, to bring his ideas to life. He just moves too fast. He starts a project and then he doesn't really finish it. He just moves right on and starts another one. And so he goes through life just moving too fast. He's just too anxious. Okay? So this is, this could be a quarrel from that kind of stuff. Just being too impetuous, hello, impatient, stuff like that. Okay? Now, this could be you wanting this to happen and you just want to skip to the good part. Or maybe there were some steps that you just didn't want to take and that's why this is stuck like this. Now, this knight is the exact opposite of this knight. Okay, now this, sword energy is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And like I said, he's more Gemini. Sword energy is all about intellect. Okay? So what happens a lot with air energy is sometimes ideas will come in so quickly that it's just really hard not to be tempted to keep jumping on all of them. This energy, like I said with Earth, is more down to earth, more reliable, more grounded. That's where we get these sayings, down to earth and grounded, because this is a more practical energy. Earth is the slowest moving of all the energies. Earth, uh, air, fire, or water. Water can run really quickly. Wind can blow quickly. Fire burns quickly. But earth, everything vibrates and everything, but to us, it seems like a stone just sits there, right? Okay, so that's what everything vibrates. And earth vibrates slower than everything else. And so this is a patient energy. This is a calm energy. This night, which is Virgo energy, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, but he's a Virgo. Out of all the knights in the deck, he's more apt to become king. There's no kings in this deck, but if there was going to be, it'd be him. Okay? He is reliable. He is knowledgeable. He knows how to apply his mind to practical tasks. He takes his time because he makes sure he does everything right. Now, he's also on the quest for things like fertility. Not just money, not just daily life, happy daily life. Fertility is a very earthly thing. Okay? He understands that you have to take certain steps and you have to do things slowly and carefully in order to get it done. He also carries the Ace of Discs as his shield. Okay? So they're telling you with these two cards, this is the energy that you have to apply to regain your fertility and your happiness and your celebration back. You've got to slow down. Slow down. So these are future cards, so I'm thinking that you're going to try to do something rather quickly, but then you're going to realize, yeah, I got to slow down. Okay? Now here's your hope card. The 10 of Cups. You'll see that it's upside down, just like your 9. So here's your progression, 9 and 10. You know that you're not fully happy. You've got some happiness, or this card wouldn't be there. You'd have a different card if you were miserable, okay? You don't want this to just be 9. You want it to be 10. This is the happy family card. Different from the 10 of discs, though, because the 10 of discs, 10 of discs, which is what these are, the earthly 10, which is the family that like the DNA you inherit, the money you inherit. This is the family that you create. Okay? So this is what you're hoping for. This happy ending might be a little overwhelming because this is the 10. This is a happy ending, and what happens after this card is the Ace again, which in the Ace of Cups is could definitely represent a child or something new that you love that is just overfills you with love, okay? Oh, they just showed me this again. This is Mars right here at the top. Mars is in Aries and retrograde until the 13th. It might have something to do with that. It's working on everybody's masculine energy. So I think what you're being shown here is which masculine energy to use. You're going to try out the hurry up, let's do it, powerful night bringer of change. And that change is going to bring you we got to listen to Allison and slow down. Okay? Now, like I said with this one, if you were miserable, this card wouldn't be there. This is your hope. It's not fully manifested just yet, but it's there. Okay? Okay, somebody wants to get pregnant because these cups look like uteruses to me all of a sudden. All right, now here is your environment. There's some introspection you've got to do. Okay, now again, this is Virgo energy. This is Virgo and this is Virgo. This is the major arcana card for Virgo, but it's also a masculine energy as this is. Okay, the Virgo is the Virgin, and it's represented by a feminine energy, but these two Virgos are masculine, so you've got to feminine up. You'll see that your feminine here is upside down. This is where you have to really find out what brings you happiness. What do you truly want? How do you get there? This is introspection. This is going and, everybody knows that the hermit goes to be by himself. What does he do, though? He contemplates himself. And here you got the spermatozoa, you got the egg. He has to learn how to bring this fertility into his life. And he's not a feminine. Only he can find out from within where to pull this feminine energy out of to bring in this fertility, whether it's a child or a project or just the fertility of the happiness of life. Fertility in life can mean a lot of stuff. That's interesting. I was told that these dogs protect you. You may have a dog that may teach you something. You may have 3 dogs. They may even look like these dogs. Well, dog. That is one dog. This is Thoth. Some people call him Thoth. But he doesn't mind if I call him Thoth. Okay? Now, this is the star in his lantern. The star is all your hopes and dreams coming true. This is your hopes. This is your dream. So you got to go inside. You've got to activate this card. You've got to make it flip. The reason it's there is because somewhere inside you already know this is what you have to do. You have to introspect. You'll probably do it after you try to go too fast. And you go, oh man, Allison was right. I got to slow down. And then he'll flip, and then you go deep inside and you figure out how to do it. And then you do it one step at a time. Okay? Whoa, calm down there, hermit. Okay, so here's your fear card. You're afraid to rest, Leo. What? Okay, so that's what this card means. It says truths, but this is rest. Mental rest, physical rest, it doesn't matter. Swords are mental energy, but this means rest in general. Afraid to rest. Look at this knight's horse. What is it doing? What is the knight doing? They're not in motion, they're resting. And like I said, this knight does everything correctly. There is a time to rest. Resting is actively doing something. What? Yeah. Resting, when you give your mind especially a rest, when you give your mind and your body a rest, as you do kind of here with the hermit, you feel refreshed, and then that's when you can really start getting these downloads of the things that you need to know. Okay? If you are so busy trying to rush, you're going too fast. Resting is a part of the plan. If people weren't meant to rest to get things done correctly, nobody would sleep. If people were meant to think about things constantly, I mean, even you can't think so much that you figure out what this is. You have to meditate. Meditate is not thinking. Meditating is listening to the silence. It's consciously clearing out your old thoughts and negative thoughts and old ways of thinking to make room for new thoughts, new ways of thinking. Okay? You have to do that rest. Now notice this is right side up. Spirit is saying you need to rest. And don't be afraid to do it. It's part of the steps. Okay? Now, this is your outcome. This is interference. This might have something to do with a Gemini. Here's Gemini again. He is Gemini. Okay? And he is also swords. These are going together for me. These 3 swords in your reading are connected. Because this knight doesn't rest. This means rest. You're afraid of it. This outcome card means fear. This is Gemini. This Gemini influence, he's Gemini as well. So they are all connected, these sword cards. Now, this fear stops you. You may be afraid to rest. You may be afraid to take time out to figure stuff out. You may be afraid that you don't have enough time for what you're trying to do. But you do. This is what you're trying to accomplish. Discs. Discs vibrate slow. And they get it done right. What is this princess doing? Is she running? Is she doing anything? No, she's just standing there reflecting. A lot like the hermit. Your answers are going to come in your rest. You can be interfering with yourself. This is deer in the headlights. This is feeling like you're bound, like your hands are tied, you're restricted, you're helpless, you're silenced, you're victimized, you're imprisoned. But it's self-defeating. These are self-defeating attitudes that make possibilities die. You know, when I get this card, I say a lot of the times this could be a person, this could be somebody else holding you back, but most of the time this is you. This is your fear. And fears from overthinking and moving too fast and being afraid to rest, fear like that stops people all the time. Here is the underlying energy. The 8 of Wands. Swiftness. Okay, you gotta slow down. This is Sagittarian energy. There could be a Sagittarius involved. Here we've got Mercury, which rules Gemini. Okay? Yeah, you gotta slow down. Hanged Man. Hanged Man is a lot like the hermit, where he hangs himself upside down and he is not moving. He does this so that he can gain enlightenment, so that he can get a different perspective. He suspends life for a moment. Life in suspension. Being quiet. Look at his face. He makes the sacrifice of stopping and hanging himself upside down in order to gain enlightenment. In order to understand. It's a lot like what this hermit does. You're going to feel like you want to drop everything and just move on. That's one of the things that make us move too fast. We get overwhelmed emotionally. We feel like, gosh, I just want this now. And so we feel like giving up. But notice that this is the 8. So is this. 8 is very close to 9. 9 is close to 10, which is the ending. You're almost there. You're going to give up when you're almost there? This card is not even upside down. This is fully manifested. So when you come across this feeling where you're just like, I'm sick of this, I'm moving on, that's probably what you're going to do here. But you're going to remember what Allison said, you got to slow down. Okay? And then you're going to be very passionate. There will be a change. This new beginning that this knight has in his hand. The new beginning this knight has in his hand. This knight has 2 swords. He's got 1 sword and a dagger. And you know, the knights have the aces. So he's got the aces swords here. He's got truth. He's got victory. But he's got 1 sword too many, doesn't he? He doesn't. It's too fast. It's too much. This is your element. This is enjoying life. It's manifesting. This is the Princess of Swords. She's also got the sword of truth in her hand. This is someone who can't stand injustice. Someone who gets angry about injustice and weakness and manipulation. So, you know, nobody said life doesn't get frustrating, but if you just keep going, there's that 10 of discs I was talking about earlier. Pardon me. The difference between the 10 of cups and the 10 of discs, this is disc energy that you're going for. This is what you think you want. This is what you actually want. With a solid foundation, with your ruler, the sun. Okay? More 4s, more stability, a gift from the universe. And controlling your desires. Controlling your desires so that they don't keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. Controlling the mourning for what you don't have and learning how to manifest what you want in your life. All right, so how much control do you have over this situation, Leo? I gauge that by the number of major arcana against the minor arcana, and you have the Empress and you have the Hermit. So 2 out of 10 cards means that this is mostly in your control. The universe is telling you that you're experiencing this decrease in fertility and abundance for a reason. They are telling you, the universe is telling you twice, that your fertility, your abundance is off right now. This is important. This is an important lesson. And when it comes to learning, you cannot move too fast. You have to slow down and you have to pay attention to the details. You have to cross your T's. You have to dot your I's. And that's exactly what this knight does. You have to be quiet and listen for the answers to understand what you need to do to regain your fertility. You have to rest. Rest is okay. Rest is permitted. Rest is good for you. Rest is required here. He's just sitting there, thinking about what he's got to do next. He's on a journey. There's probably people waiting for him. But he doesn't let that stop him. He knows he has to rest for a minute. His horse needs a rest. If he exhausts his horse, it'll die. If he doesn't let his horse eat some grass and then digest it for a minute, it could hurt the horse. He knows that all these things get him to where he's going. If he doesn't have a horse, he's going to take even longer to get to where he's going. If he doesn't stop for a minute while the horse is eating and taking a rest and thinking about the direction in which he needs to go in, look at how he looks like he's looking off into the distance, like making sure that he's taking the right path. So in a way, he looks like he's multitasking. And he's carrying this new beginning with him. Don't be afraid to rest. Don't hold yourself back. Don't interfere with yourself, Leo. Okay? All right, well, that's what I have for you. See you next time.